Hello, welcome to Prop Life. My name's Angel. Thank you guys so much for listening every week. It's been so cool to see how many episodes are getting downloaded. And I know we took a little bit of a break, so we lost some momentum there, but it's really cool to start seeing the numbers going up again. So I'm super stoked about that. I'm also stoked for you guys to hear the story today. So this is my friend Anita. She's from Iceland, and she's got a really cool story of how she got into riding, but not only that, where she is now in riding. So she gets to ride with her mom, who's 62, and her daughter. And I think that that's one of the coolest things ever to have multiple generations of women who can ride together and doing hard enduro, especially. So it's really inspiring to talk to her. She is absolutely a gem of a human being. And I'm really excited for you guys to hear her story and kind of hear a little bit about this Women's World Cup that's coming out from FIM. So I really hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you next week.
We're all set. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time. We are 7 hours apart in time, and so I know it's late for you, but this is really awesome to finally be able to sit down and do this. We've been trying to sit down and do this since TKO, so life happens, but yeah, I'm super, super stoked. So thank you so, so much.
Not a problem. I've been looking forward to speaking to you again and curious about why you want me to be on your podcast.
Well, I've been actually watching you for a while before I met you at TKO. And
Oh,
so it was really cool to meet you at TKO. It was like, your heroes come to life. And it was really awesome because people always say, don't meet your heroes because there's going to be disappointing. And in hard enduro, I've already learned that that's not a thing. You meet your heroes in hard enduro because they're all absolutely amazing and all super humble. And when Dana and I saw you, I was like, oh my God, that's Anita. And I was like, oh my God, should we talk to her? It was like this moment of just like amazing. And you were so supportive and like instantly, like, I felt like all of my jitters go away. It was so nice to talk to you. And it was so, so helpful. So thank you for that.
no, it was just a pleasure meeting both of you. And I feel exactly the same way. Like, meet your heroes in hard enduro because it's
Mhm.
all people that are like very humble, like you say,
Yeah.
very friendly. Everybody
Yeah.
is willing to help out. And I
Yeah.
feel like, like meeting you, I know you're like a lot shorter than me. um, and so seeing how you just tackled that track, like the rocks and stuff, like
Yeah.
I was so impressed by you. Yeah. And I
Oh,
have the funniest video
yeah.
ever. And me and my boyfriend, we've been laughing about it because I don't know if it was you or Dana, but
Uh-huh.
somebody saying like, "Oh my God, that's Anita," and somebody goes like, "Yes, she's like 60 to 70% legs," and you can hear that in the video, which is true. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, you do have long
yeah,
legs, so that is really nice. I wish I
yeah,
had even half
yeah.
of that.
But the thing is though, when you have really long legs like me,
Mhm.
you're not forced to become more technical, which
Yeah,
I have learned is a downside. Like, if you're short, you're like
yeah.
forced into being a lot more technical. And I
Mhm.
should have focused on that a lot sooner instead of using my legs, because I've got some pretty nasty injuries because I was putting my leg down, and I've
Mhm.
twice torn an ACL doing that.
Ooh,
That's a
yeah.
long, difficult recovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Okay, that's not good. Well, now I feel a little bit better about not being able to put a foot down.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
well,
and I
I
mean,
wanna
I've been
touch.
watching
Go.
you, and I know you've been improving.
Yes, yes, I've been working very, very
Sorry.
hard, and no, you're fine, you're fine. I do work really hard, and I do. I see people. I ride with some really great guys who are really, really good riders, and my goal is to be able to do this one trail that they have. and it's a gnarly trail. It's a lot of things that I currently can't get through. So I want to increase my skills to be able to do that, just so I could go out with my friends and have fun. But also, like, the racing factor, that's definitely part of it too. But I want to be able to go
Yeah.
to Iceland and have fun and, not struggle. I mean, I'm gonna struggle, but I don't want to like be dying out there. I want to be able to like take a moment and enjoy it and everything, and not just be like gasping for breath the
Yeah.
whole time. And um so that's a lot of my motivation is just comes from the community, and a lot of my inspiration to keep pushing is because of the community as well, because people like you are so supportive and so just like hyped for me every time I get to do something. And it's just like seeing you guys out there and the things that you can do, that's inspiring to me. And that's like kind of the whole reason for the podcast. Like, you inspire me as a woman, as somebody who's good on the bike. You're out there, you're doing all these incredible races, and you're getting to travel, and you're doing all this really cool stuff. And I love to share that, because that's going to inspire more and more people.
I couldn't agree with you more. And like currently, I feel like I'm focusing a lot on technical training because I
Mhm.
mean it's cold in Iceland. It's below 0 degrees Celsius right now.
Yeah.
So like there's no trail riding, there's no like enduro riding. The only
Yeah.
thing that I can focus on is technique.
Yeah.
And my daughter has actually become really interested in
Yeah.
going with me. And I
That's
think it's
awesome.
inspiring
Yeah.
because I'm looking at her um, trying to learn things that I remember learning 2 years ago. I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
she's getting a hang of it fast. But it's
That's
like I feel like how can not everybody just fall in love with hard enduro? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally feel the same way, but then at the same time, I kinda, like, sometimes I look at the stuff that we're doing, and I have to look at it from, like, a different lens, because we enjoy it, we have so much fun with it. It's hard. It's called hard enduro for a reason, but, um
It could be frustrating, but
yeah.
yeah,
But, I mean, it's not easy, but personally, I like the challenge. But when you look at it from the standpoint of, like, especially here in the US, right? The culture right now is very, like, instant gratification, comfort, things like that. Like, what's the easiest way we can do stuff? And basically, everyone who's involved in hard enduro is doing exactly the opposite of that. Having to learn skills on
yeah,
a dirt bike, first of all, that's delayed gratification. That's the exact opposite of what everybody wants. Everybody wants that text right now, or, that app to work immediately, or whatever it is. And we're throwing ourselves on the floor essentially, when we're not making
yeah,
obstacles or hitting rocks or whatever. And that's like, that's a lot of effort. And our culture doesn't really put a lot of stock into that right now. So I always say we're a little bit crazy, people who ride dirt bikes in general, and then everyone who
yeah,
rides hard enduro is a little bit more crazy. But we're all the same kind of crazy.
yeah. I guess yeah, but I think that's the I don't know if it's a common thing that you notice as well, but
Mhm,
it's the people um,
mhm.
in hard enduro that you meet. I
Yes.
don't think I've ever met a person in hard enduro that didn't become my friend. I feel
Yeah.
like those are the people that understand me and I understand them,
Mhm.
and there's
Yeah.
respect and there's yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
One of my
yeah,
one of my favorite people in the world was talking about it, and, he was just telling me one time that, like, um essentially, like, you're building a bond that's deeper because you guys are going through the same struggles, right? Like, you're all
yeah,
maybe on different levels. You and I will be out at TKO at different levels, but it's the same track, it's the same obstacles, same
yeah,
terrain, same fight against nature, essentially. And that creates a
yeah,
bond that you don't have with anybody else. I think the closest thing that you can get to that is, like, military. And, like, when those guys go through everything that they go through, they create a bond That's unlike anything else. This is like the closest thing you can get to that. And
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work previously with military, so that's how I know that. But
Okay. Yeah.
there's a lot of military guys who turn around and they get into dirt biking and they get into hard enduro, and they say the
Yeah.
exact same thing. They're like, this is almost like the same kind of brotherhood feeling, um, because
Yeah.
you suffer through things together.
And it's the same struggle
Mhm,
whether you're a professional rider or an amateur
yeah,
rider.
mhm,
It's the same struggle, just at different levels, but it's the same
yeah,
struggle. And they were previously a professional rider was exactly where you and I are, if you know what
mhm,
I mean. It's like
yeah,
it's just step by step improving. But I
yeah,
remember I was there when I started, and I
mhm,
know that it's the exact same feeling that I experience now, just tackling like new challenges on the
mhm,
track.
yeah, yeah,
So I think that
and and
that's where the bond comes from as well. Like struggling
definitely,
through the same kind of thing, still chasing the same kind of thing. Like we
mhm,
have a goal, we have a set
yep,
goal, and we
mhm,
wanna reach it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that even the guys at the top, we think of them as being our goal, and even those guys have a goal to get better than they are. And it's a constant
Yeah.
improvement. And I think that that's another thing that pulls people together is people who are growth minded get pulled together. And a lot of people in hard enduro want to keep improving. They want to do better. They want to be more efficient. They want to be faster, whatever it is. And I think that that's a
Yeah.
really big bonding experience as well.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I love
For
that.
sure.
All right, so we kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but I want to go back and touch base. So how did you get into riding in the first place?
Um, Through my dad, he was
Mhm,
really into motocross,
mhm,
and I think like he gave it up uh once he and my mom started a family. They had me and my brother, and he
mhm,
kind of gave it up. And I think it was just sitting like at the back of his mind.
yeah,
So when he decided I'm gonna get back into it, it can't just be me. Like
yeah,
either I'm gonna be gone all the time, or I
mhm,
bring my family into it and they're with me.
mhm, yeah.
And so I got a dirt bike for my 10th birthday. A surprise. I didn't want it. I just got it.
Oh,
But
and
yeah. So I think it was on a Friday,
mhm,
or maybe it was a Wednesday or something. It was like there was like a holiday weekend coming up in Iceland, and so
uh-huh,
we drove to the north of Iceland. And I remember that I tested the bike 2 times, and
uh-huh.
then they signed me up for like a speedway race, like on a sand.
Oh
And
my
it was just
gosh.
it just got guys, like
Uh-huh,
boys who were entered, and then
uh-huh,
me on this bike. And all the boys, like they were like
uh-huh,
from farms in Iceland. It was a really small town, so they
uh-huh.
had like 50 cc's. That's
Oh,
their
geez.
bike, and they're looking at
Uh-huh.
mine, and they're like, "Oh man, do you is that your bike? Wow, it must be powerful." And I was like, "I don't know." And so I participated,
Uh-huh.
and I don't think I have like ever stopped loving chasing something. It's always like I don't know what it is. Like I think I just make constant new goals for myself, whether
Mhm.
it be motocross or enduro. So I
Yeah.
started enduro riding let's say maybe like when I was uh maybe like 25, 26 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um and I hated it because I had a motocross bike.
Yeah.
So
Very different.
like the suspension for the bike was just not, and I was like, why does anybody do that? And then my dad, he he lent me his bike, and I was like, holy shit, so this is what enduro is.
Yeah.
um Yeah. So I got into it, hard enduro pretty shortly, like after that.
Yeah. So, how did you
And
find
yeah,
hard enduro? Was it that big race that happens in Iceland? Is that how you found it, or
no, no, that actually started after I
okay,
started. It's I don't it's like 4 or 5 years since the
okay.
first Vikingar or Viking race,
Uh-huh.
that the one that I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, I think I really found hard enduro when I decided to ride Red Bull Romaniacs with my mom.
Yeah.
She wanted to do
Which
the
is
race, and I wanted to go with her. We were gonna partner up because
yeah.
like I had no idea what I was doing at that time. I was in
Yeah.
2018, I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so we decided to go, but I found out that I was pregnant with my son.
Oh. Yeah.
And but I spoke to a doctor, and he pretty much like told me what I needed to like look out for, make sure, stay
Mhm.
hydrated, things like that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
decided to do it anyways. And I was gonna be riding with my mom. My mom is a slower rider than me. I was a bit more technical than her. So we were just
Yeah.
gonna like ride safe.
Yeah.
And then so we did Red Bull Romaniacs on actually on day two. My mom broke her leg like 10
Oh,
minutes into day
no.
two.
Yeah.
So I wrote by myself after that. But I loved it. I loved like the whole experience. I was obsessed. And when you get to the finish like of Red Bull
Uh-huh.
Romaniacs, there was
Uh-huh.
like man-made like structures. Like I
Yeah.
had to ride into like a, a box that was
Uh-huh.
actually a lift, and then go out of it to be like suspended back down on the bike. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, what is this? Like, what is it?
Oh my god.
And I remember passing the finish line, becoming a finisher, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
holy shit, I have to do this again. Like I have to do this again. I was
Yeah.
it was an addictive. Yeah.
I love that. That's so crazy. Like, it's so funny because what class was that? Do you remember the first time?
Bronze, I think.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I know plenty of guys who've done
But
iron class and they're like dying by the end of it. I can't imagine you were pregnant and you did it. Like,
yeah, but I don't think it was as difficult as many say that bronze has become now.
yeah.
So I think it was probably easier at that time. But I was almost 3 months pregnant. I was throwing up.
Jeez.
Um,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, but but my
I
son is healthy and everything was fine. I spoke to a doctor before and after.
yeah. Yeah. He's stronger
Yeah,
because of it.
I mean he's a Red Bull Romaniacs finisher if you think about it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So
Before you're even born, he was
yeah,
younger than Manny Lettenbichler, so
exactly. Yeah.
I love that. So you ride with your mom a lot. So you got into riding. Did your mom get into it right away with you? Were you guys like learning alongside each other?
Um, Not when I started, like initially as a kid, like when we
Hmm.
were more or only in motocross.
Hmm.
She started like a year or two later,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, it
Hmm.
wasn't that long. She started riding. She was like 40 when she started.
Okay. That's
Which
awesome.
I think I think it's just so impressive. Like
Hmm.
and uh, and like how far she has advanced.
Yeah.
She will be 62 this year,
Yeah.
and she's gonna do the um World Cup with me.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. That was a really
Yeah.
cool announcement. That was awesome to see. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for that. And I really hope that it helps bring more women into the sport, especially over there. There's not a lot of women who go to all of these events. So I know I can think of maybe five other than you off the top of my head. Um,
Yeah.
and I just know their
And
Instagram names. I don't know their real names.
well, I'm really hoping that it's gonna inspire more people or more women to
Mhm.
participate in races in general
Yeah,
in hard enduro. And
yeah,
I'm a little bit disappointed that they haven't advertised like the format better,
uh-huh, yeah,
because it's actually like it's genius how they have put forth the first woman World Cup,
yeah,
because you can enter a like iron class, bronze class,
uh-huh,
silver class,
mm,
or gold,
okay,
um, and still earn points
okay,
depending on whether you just finish your class. And of course, like if I'm in silver and someone is in bronze, and I
uh-huh,
finish and she finishes, then
mhm,
I will be getting like higher ranking than the one in bronze. But if I
uh-huh,
don't finish silver and she
uh-huh,
finished bronze,
yeah,
she's gonna get the points. So
okay,
I feel like this is very encouraging for
yeah,
other women to just come and like be part of this like first women's world championship in hard enduro.
yeah,
And the option just that you can also just sign up for a single race. You can actually
mhm,
do that. You don't have to sign up for the full championship. You can
okay,
um, you can sign up for one race, and then if you register with FIM as
uh-huh,
well, then you can earn points. Just
okay,
to challenge yourself, if you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
So
that'd be
I feel like
awesome.
that's what I'm thinking. I think it's a genius way to attract more women to come
Uh-huh,
and just try it out. Don't be
yeah.
afraid that, of course, there's going to be someone like Sandra Gomez, like such an
Yeah,
impressive rider. And you're
yeah,
thinking like, oh, fuck, no, I don't belong there. Like, sure you do.
mhm,
You do. If you're a
mhm,
woman and you're riding hard enduro, come and just give it your best shot. Just for
yeah,
yourself, like challenge yourself. Be part of something like historical, which this
yeah.
is. This is the first ever women's world championship.
Yeah, this
That's
is
insane.
amazing. I'm so excited
Yeah.
for it. But like you said, so I didn't know about the format of it. Like you said, they haven't released
Yeah.
details about it. Um,
Yeah.
that's amazing though. Like to think that I could go over there and potentially like
Yeah.
be pushing really hard and no offense to you or anything, but like if you didn't finish your class, I could potentially
Yeah.
get points and get above. Like
Yeah.
that would never happen, but but the
Yeah.
potential
But you
is
never
there,
know.
and that's so
Yeah.
encouraging and so inspiring to be able to push and
Yeah.
just do as best as you can do, whether it's in one race or as the entire championship. Like, that is such a cool idea because still you might be different
Yeah.
classes, but then in the end, you're still kind of ranking with each other. So that's I like that.
Exactly. I like that too. And I feel like this is what needed to be done to get
Mhm.
more women to just
Yes.
like say fuck it. I'm gonna be part of this. I'm gonna score some
Yes.
points. I'm gonna be part of like for me, I think it's just cool to be able to say like, oh shit, I scored points in the women's
Uh-huh.
world championship. Like
Yeah.
that should be a goal for someone, and it's
Yep.
definitely gonna be my goal.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
I
I think
love
it's really
that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing. Last year with TKO, I put a challenge out to as many women as I could. I helped get the clinic together with Louise Forsley, so that way we could remove the barrier, the fear, right? So one of the biggest things that women have given
Yeah.
feedback is that, I don't know how to get over those obstacles. I don't have those skills yet. So one of the things that US Hard Enduro has been doing really well is they've been offering clinics before a lot of the, not all, but at least one or two of the rounds every year. and
Yeah.
at least one of them is women only based. And so they had one on the West Coast, and I knew that a bunch of women on the East Coast were talking about it, but there's a lot less women that ride on the East Coast. So they were just kind of like, oh, I don't really know. I don't want to be the only woman to go. So I was like, let's go. Let's get a bunch of us together. That was how I met Dana. Dana lives in the Midwest, so she lives across the country from me, across the country from where we were going to be racing. And we were like,
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's put this out there. Let's get women together. So I did everything I could to make that happen. And, we had, I think it was 8 ladies show up to the clinic. And I want to say there was 10 or 11 women total at TKO. And it was really cool to see that many women. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but like we said, even to like the world rounds, there's usually only 4 or 5. And like,
Yeah.
it's great to see double digit numbers coming out. Um, I
Yeah.
think there was a race in Moab, Utah last year where I want to say there was like 11 or 12 women that were there, and there was like a
Yeah.
bunch of amateur women. So it was really cool. And I had like I had some doubts like a month or so ago, and I was like, man, should I even be doing this? Like I didn't do very well last year in my race, the first one that I did. And then I did okay at TKO. I didn't do great, but I did okay. And I felt really good about it. But after being away from racing for so long, it was like 3 months that I hadn't been to one. And I don't know, I just got in my head. And I felt like I wasn't progressing a lot on the bike. And then all of a sudden it clicked and things started to progress, and I started to see that
Yeah.
change and I started to feel it, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to sign up for this race. It is not something I probably should have done because my skill set is not quite there yet, but
You should have.
that's the thing is I want to be that person who says like I and this is going to sound really mean to myself, but it's not. Like it's just the natural progression of how people think. But a lot of women will look at me and be like, I know I ride better than she does. I could do that too. And that's what's been happening is that there's been a lot of women who are like, "Oh, well she can do it. I can do it." And like I don't care about putting myself out there. Like I'm still learning. I'm still like we talked about my detriment of my height. Like I know
Yeah.
that I am not the ideal person to be out there. I don't have all the skills needed, but I'm willing to go out there and make a fool of myself if it inspires somebody else. So,
You're not
but it's
making a
also
fool of yourself. And I just want to put it
well,
out there because
yeah.
you said that. Like you're
Uh-huh.
saying that like some ladies are thinking like I can write better than her. Maybe I should
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
Like who cares? I think
Yeah.
most of us are looking at you thinking like, holy shit, she's a badass. She's a badass. That is what it that's what I thought. I'm like, "Fuck, she's still there struggling," like and I don't know if you remember, 'cause I
Uh-huh.
remember, Dana coming on the track, and I remember my
Uh-huh.
mom coming,
Uh-huh.
'cause we all ran back towards the track just to
Uh-huh.
cheer you guys on. Cause I thought
Uh-huh.
like, "Fuck, they must be, like, exhausted at this point." And that is just so badass, just to go out there and do your best. And
Yep.
to all the ladies out there, my mom is turning 62 years old this year.
Yes.
She's not a fast rider and she's advancing her technique
Mhm.
slowly. But if she can do it, what lady
Yeah.
cannot? Think about it.
Exactly. And that's what I say. Like I have so much fun doing it. This is what I've always not always, but I've wanted to do this for 12 years. And before I
Yeah.
even knew how to ride a dirt bike, I wanted to do hard enduro, which is crazy. But I I had been watching Erzberg and I was like that would be so cool to do that one day. And then
Yeah.
I got a bike and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be way harder than I thought." Um, but I have so much fun with it and I really don't care. Like until recently I wasn't competitive at all. I would just go to a race and sign up and just be like my first hair scramble. I just signed up for it because I was like I want to experience a race and I want to go to Arizona and ride because I was living in the Midwest at the time. And I was like a race is a safe way to do that because there's a medic there. there's a planned course, so I'm not going to get lost. There's sweeps. So I'm going to make sure that, like,
Yeah.
if I do fall and the bike falls on me, somebody's going to find me. So it's a safe way to like kind of go into a new place. So I went and I did that race, and I was the last person in, and like that's common for me, but I don't care. Like I don't have an ego
Yeah.
about it. Like I'm out there, I'm having fun, and like I am living my dream. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm living my dream. And like I said, I if people think that I look like a fool, fine. I don't care. That's their perception, not mine. But like you said, like a lot more people are just seeing me out there, seeing me push, seeing the fact that I'm willing to do it and that I can do it. So then that's what's, I think, inspiring people, is that they're like,
Yeah.
"Man, I that looks really fun." Because I am having fun out there and I am talking about it. And yes, it's a struggle, but it's a blast.
Yeah. That's the thing. In the end, it's way more fun than I think a lot of girls actually realize. Like,
Yeah.
and how much you advance by being a part of a race, because
Yes.
I don't think it matters how much or how competitive you are, like
Yeah.
your personality. I think
Yeah.
once you enter the race, you have challenged yourself and no one
Mhm.
else, and then all of a sudden obstacles that you're terrified of,
Yeah.
you kind of thinking like, It's the race, I gotta do it. If I don't do
Yeah.
it, I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna be able to continue." And
Yep.
I think most of us agree that we don't want to cheat, we don't want to
Yep.
pass any challenges. I would rather
Exactly.
be stuck in a place for the remainder of the day and
Yeah.
try just keep
Yeah.
trying, and then I would probably come back a year later thinking like, I have a full year to practice
Yeah.
this, so I'm not gonna get
Exactly.
stuck at this again.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Exactly.
like, everybody that shows up for a race, you're gonna
Mhm.
advance. You're gonna
Yes.
be more skilled, even though
Yep.
you think you don't belong there. You might get stuck in an obstacle, but then that's just something for you to focus on for a full year and then come back. But
Mhm.
you're always going to advance your skill by participating in a race, because you go the extra mile, you go that like
Yeah.
110%.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that like girls just give it a try, like
Mhm.
see how much fun it is, see. And
Yes.
I think it's also, I don't know if you've noticed, but
Mhm.
I think more girls should come and experience um the what's it called, shit, my English is not good enough to find the word right now.
Okay.
It's about how people perceive you. Like, you think that you're
Uh-huh.
gonna be in the race and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you suck. What are you doing there?" But then you come
Yes.
and you join, and
Yeah.
everybody's cheering you on. Everybody's
Yes.
there for you, proud
Uh-huh.
of you, cheering
Yes.
you on.
Uh-huh.
Like, everybody's in your team.
Yep.
So whatever someone might think, they're just wrong. You're not going to look
Yeah.
like a fool, and everybody's not going to be making fun of you. We're going to be right there cheering you on.
Yeah. I think that goes back to
Yeah.
the community. The community is absolutely the most supportive around hard enduro, and that goes for here, that goes for overseas. I
Yeah.
I I've been to Erzberg, and seeing how people are for those guys who are struggling up the hills and everything, that everybody's just cheering them on. Like no one's making fun of them. Maybe later there's keyboard warriors in the comments when it gets posted, but at that time
Yeah.
everybody's there just cheering you on. And it's so cool. When I was at Brushy, my very first race, like that was that was so surreal to me. First of all, I didn't know that so many people knew who I was. I could hear people yelling my name, and I was like, "What is happening right now?" And I took a tumble into the mud, and I was just like covered in mud, and it was just. But people were so just like, "Yeah, you've got this," and people were just so supportive, and it was so cool. And the same thing at
Yeah.
TKO. I was so nervous about all of that enduro cross stuff. And at the end of that hot lap, well, going out was a struggle. I broke my pipe. And, that's why my
Oh,
bike was
I
so
remember.
loud. How could you forget?
Yeah.
um, but I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to see me struggling on this and they're all going to be laughing at me, is exactly what you said. And everybody was just like, come on, you got this. Like, you can do it. Like, give it a little bit more throttle. Like, you can do it. And when I
Yeah.
came back, and I was struggling with it the other way, it was the exact same thing. It was like, you're so close to the end. Come on, you've got this. Like, you've got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you can do this. And it was so cool. It felt like a movie where it's just like
Yeah.
everybody like starts rallying around you, and there's nothing more inspiring than that, and especially when your friends are there. My friend Amanda, I could just hear her like screaming for me, and because
Yeah.
I always say to myself, I do hard things for fun. And so I was just like, I had a moment where like tumbled backwards, and I was sitting there and I was going, okay, I do hard things for fun. I do hard things for fun. I was like, I got this. I can do this. And she is like screaming from the sidelines, and she's like, I see you, Angel. She's like, yeah, I do hard things for fun. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, this is so cool. And then I was able to like get over it, and I was able to finish, and then I just laid down on the ground afterwards. I was so
You
dead.
should
But
put that on your jersey. Like I do hard things for fun.
I do hard things for fun. I know. I should like I
Yeah.
need to put it somewhere because I have shirts that say
Yeah.
it, but not my jersey. I should put that like on the arm so I can see it. That'd be
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should. But yeah, I absolutely, the support is unreal. And just I haven't had anybody that's been at the races tell me that I don't belong there. Not a single person.
No, I
Everybody's
agree
like,
with
"You've
you.
got this. I'm so proud of you." Like, and that's really, really cool because you're out there trying. And that goes not just for women though, but for like any new rider, and especially
Yeah.
youth riders too.
Yeah. I agree. I know what you mean but when you say like people at the races, because
Mhm,
I think it was like um a See the Sky official. He did like a video of me and he posted it. And I could
mhm,
see that it was getting a lot of comments and a
mhm.
lot of people saying positive things. But
Yeah.
it's always the same when you open up social media and you're
Mhm.
behind the screen. People have a lot of shitty things to say, and there were
Yeah.
a lot of comments like, "Oh, she's not even that good. Why are you posting that? Blah 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 blah." And it was
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that video. It's like kind of me, and I'm struggling to catch my breath because I have
Uh,
or I had a lung disease,
uh-huh.
so I have like damages, and so I
Yeah.
struggle to breathe. And
Yeah.
it's like I've never been on a bike before, or like it's like sometimes I think in my head I'm thinking like, oh, people must think that I don't even go out for walks, let alone do any kind of fitness training. But
Yeah.
it's just made worse by going to like warm climate because it's
Mhm.
cold in Iceland. So I get
Yes.
used to training more in cold climate. So
Yeah.
when it's warm, it like it just fucks me up. And
Yeah.
people are saying that shitty stuff on social media, and I'm thinking like, well, fuck that shit. If they think I
Yeah.
suck, then I suck. I don't give a shit. Like they don't
Yeah.
know how much fun I had right at that location because 2 years prior, that had been
Mhm.
a part of the track, and I couldn't get up that. It was like a big rock that you had to like. It was kind of technical to get up there. And 2 years
Yeah.
ago, or 2 years prior to that video, I didn't get up, and I couldn't do
Uh-huh.
the wheelie pivot thing. So
Uh-huh.
the fact that he caught this like on video made me so fucking happy because I got up there easy this
Yeah.
time. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking like I don't care if people think that like I'm not a good rider or I'm a shitty rider.
Mhm.
To me, this was so much improvement. I was stoked that I got up there by myself, no help, like
Yeah.
fuck them. Honestly,
Yeah.
and nobody at the races would ever make you feel this way. This is like
Mhm.
lonely people behind screens that I don't know. Some people just don't have the capacity to be nice.
Yeah.
And let's just be grateful that those people they just stay behind screens.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. It's like that bully mentality, right? It's like they're just trying
Yeah,
to bring
yeah.
people down to their level, and that's all that it is. And I mean, I really like the fact
It's
that you
always
don't let that get
it,
to you. I don't have that experience a whole lot. I have had like a couple little comments here and there in like my social media, and the community
yeah.
every time it's happened has risen and like defended me. And I was like, I didn't even have to touch anything. Like it was really cool because people
That's
are like, "Oh
amazing.
my god, like, I can't believe that you would say that, like, do you even try this stuff?" Like, when people are like, "This is so stupid, why would you, like, try and get over a rock like that?" And it's always, like, people who ride dirt bike, but they don't really do enduro and let alone hard enduro.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just yeah, it's just everybody does things different, you know? I wouldn't ever try and go on track. Like that is totally different to me. And my bike's not set up for it. But, it's a
yeah.
lot of the times the track guys who find the dirt bike videos and then they're like, "Oh, like why would you do that? That's dumb. You're scratching look at your bike, like it's all jacked up." But I was at an expo and my bike was on display and I was kinda self-conscious. I was like, "My bike is dented, like, my pipe is so dented." I had just done a training that weekend before, and it was a lot of rock falling. My
Yeah,
plastics were all broken and my graphics are scratched, and he's like, "No, bring it like that." He's like, "I wanna show what hard enduro can be." Um
yeah,
and every single person that stopped that day, not even all dirt bike people, but, like, Jeep people, side by sides, things like that, and everybody's like, "This is what a bike should look like when it's actually being used," and I was like, "Hmm, that's kinda cool."
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know.
So
And that's why like this whole thing that we're discussing now, like
mhm,
being the like self-aware, like wanting to participate, but somehow
mhm,
not like being too afraid to, or feeling like you don't belong there.
yeah,
Like your experience, I think, is guaranteed to be good by the good people that come to those races. It's a
yeah,
supportive community.
yeah,
I think, the professionals, they're equally supportive. You're not in
mhm,
anybody's way,
yeah,
and you're welcome. Like, don't think you're
yeah,
gonna be there and make a fool of yourself. I think we
yeah,
need to grow even further in the sport. And
yeah,
that's why I'm so happy with the way they've set up the world championship for
yeah,
women, because it's like saying, like, no, come just
yeah,
at your level,
yep,
sign up for the adequate class that fits you, and come and
mhm,
do your best.
yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm so glad to hear more about it because I was kind of curious about it, but like I said, I hadn't heard any details. So it's really cool to hear that. Now I'm like, do I have to sell a kidney to get over there to go ride?
Well, there's one race in Idaho.
Yep, yep, Silver Kings. Yeah, it's sold out already.
Yep,
So yeah,
yep,
that was crazy.
yep.
Um,
That was
but
so
I
much
have
fun. I did that last year.
yeah, I seen
It's a
that one. I did
fun
media
race.
there 2 years ago. I was there, and I watched it, and it was
Okay.
just so cool. Oh my god, so cool. So
Yeah.
I'll probably go watch again this year. So,
Yeah. Awesome. Then I'll
or
see you
maybe,
there.
yeah, maybe I'll talk to James and see, be like, can you just squeak in one more woman rider? Just
Or,
one.
you know what, you can sign up for the championship, and you
Yeah.
automatically have priority. You just sign up for the single event in the championship,
Hmm.
and you're in.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now
Just
my
saying.
mind is going. That would be so
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
Yeah, I might have to look at that after this. Um, yeah,
yeah,
I'm
you
super
should.
stoked about that. Super, super stoked about that. Okay. Well, going back to you, I want to talk about you again. When you started getting like into hard enduro, um, you started with motocross. How different was your training or your nutrition? Did you have to change anything a whole lot, or has it been kind of the same?
No, no, it's not been same. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
um, to be honest, I feel like I've needed much more time on the bike
Mhm,
for hard enduro. And what
mhm,
I'm mainly, like I said, focusing on now is just I go for like an hour.
mhm,
I go to the motocross track. So I don't live in the capital region.
mhm,
I live in like a small town, or small, it's like 8,000 people or something. And there's a
mhm,
motocross track here that barely anyone uses. And besides, it's
mhm.
like it's ice right now. And so there are like rocks, tires, stuff
Mhm.
there. they
Yeah,
they haven't made like enduro cross track, but I
yeah,
think they're planning to, so I'm just using that stuff to do
yeah.
a lot of technical training now, just time on
Good.
the bike. And that's the same thing with like before the races, hard enduro. It's like
Mhm,
you need so much time on the bike to prepare for the long longer sessions on the bike during racing.
mhm. Yeah.
um I mean, up to 11 hours on the bike. uh that was Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah.
The year that we did it, they messed up the GPS, so a lot of riders got lost. And so day one, me and my mom were on the bikes for 11 and a half hours, which was
Oh my
tough.
god.
It was really
Yeah.
tough. And Roof of Africa last year,
Uh,
um I think we were like, I want to say 10 and a half hours. That I wrote that with my dad.
mhm.
10 and a half hours. And then
That's a long
we got
time.
like 3 hours of sleep before the or day three, which was like
Uh-huh.
6.5 hours. So
My
you
gosh.
need to, it's like running a marathon. You have to
Mhm,
do a lot of long runs in
mhm.
order to be able to sustain that.
Yeah,
Motocross training meant um, more frequent
yeah,
trips on the bike, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to constantly be going to the track to
Mhm.
do motos,
Yeah.
to just be fit enough. And I did a lot of like sprinting, high intensity training, things like
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
Whereas now I'm like, it's a combination of endurance
mhm,
and strength training. I do a lot of
mhm.
strength training actually for
Yeah,
hard enduro. Sometimes I just have felt like, had I had more strength, I would have endured longer. So I've been focusing a
yeah,
lot more on strength training.
yeah,
So I think it's like, it's just very, very different. It's like um being a sprint runner or a marathon runner.
yeah.
Two different sports. Two
Yep.
very different sports. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I identify with that because I'm a runner, but I'm an
Oh,
ultra
okay.
marathon runner. I do like when well, right now I'm not training for something, but when I was training before, I was doing 33 miles. That was my average run. So that's what I want to get back to. I want to do between like 30 and 50 miles. So like it's like 100K is what I want to get up to. So that would be
That's
my ultimate
insane.
goal. Says the
That's
woman who
really
does hard
impressive.
enduro.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't run. My knees, they're
Yeah, with
still a mess.
yeah.
And
See,
but I
and
do
I
a
didn't
lot of cycling.
Yeah. I didn't grow up doing
Yeah.
sports. I didn't grow up doing any of that stuff. So I always joke with my friends that like my body is like a baby. Like my joints are still like a little kid's joints because I don't have all of those previous injuries. I don't have all that wear and tear. So I can get away with it now in my age. So I'm not young. I'm about to be 36 next week. And I mean it's not old, but it's definitely like not like I
Definitely
started
not.
getting into endurance sports at 33. So I like that's not really most people get into it in their 20s, but you know, I'm not most people.
Yeah.
So but I definitely think that like yeah, having that time on the bike is a big difference, and being able to do I've done my average days on the bike, like when I'm out with my friends, we're doing hard stuff, but we're only doing like 3 or 4 hours, if even that. And then I went out with my girlfriend and we went on this
No, but
trail and we
that's
ended up it's good for hard enduro stuff at my level, especially. Like I'm just dying to stay,
yeah, yeah.
stay there with them. But my friend and I got lost on a trail ride, and it wasn't supposed to be like a super hard ride. There was supposed to be like some stuff that was hard, and then we got really lost, and we were on the bikes for 12 and a half hours. We're like riding into the dark. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, this is
Yes.
insane.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like 3 or 4 hours on the bike, that is
Mhm.
actually kind of the perfect time, in
Yeah,
my opinion, to be
yeah,
training, because you don't have to, like, it's like when you're gonna run a marathon, you're not running a
mhm.
marathon every day. You might be
Yeah,
running maybe 20 kilometers. That
yeah,
would be
yep,
something that you would do a lot, but you're not gonna
yeah,
do the full 42 kilometers,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the you're going to save that energy for the race, but you're building endurance and stamina to be able to tolerate it. So the
yeah,
3 or 4 hours, in my opinion, is really good.
yeah.
I, of course, have 2 kids and 2 dogs and work full time.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
3 or 4 hours, that is like, that
That's
would
a
be an
lot.
awesome, awesome day on the bike. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that I wanted to highlight is the fact that you race at the level that you race, you train, you do all of this, and then, like you said, you work full time, you are a mom, you have a dog, or 2 dogs, you said, and but a puppy is the the important one, a giant puppy, um,
Yeah.
and but you're still
Yeah.
doing it, and I think that that's one of the most inspiring things. It's kind of sad that there's so many people at such a high level in our sport that aren't getting paid to do this. If you were at your level in motocross, you probably be getting paid and making a living doing this, but you're not because you do hard enduro. But we do it for
No,
passion.
it's in Iceland. Um,
Mhm,
We've had 2 riders in whole of Iceland that
mhm.
have actually been paid to do motocross. So it's really difficult to get
Wow.
sponsorship.
Mhm.
And if you want to go pro, then you go away from Iceland. You have to move away,
Mm.
which is what those
Yeah,
guys did. So
yeah.
there's no professional level in Iceland. So
Mm.
the only option is like, do it the way
Support
we
yourself.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And everybody with a passion, I think, can
mm,
relate. Like,
yeah,
I feel like writing is like being. It's
yeah,
me. I don't
yeah,
I don't know how to define life without writing. So
yeah,
it's very natural for me to like be hard at work, and then
yeah,
I'm constantly planning and scheduling time on the bike.
yeah, yeah. I love that. I feel very much the same way. I haven't been riding nearly as long as you, but since I really dedicated myself to this, I feel the same. I was just telling Cody the other day that I feel like I'm going crazy because I don't have my bike right now. I broke my radiator at King of the Motos. And,
Oh.
so, like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. So, like, we poured water into it, and it just came pouring out the bottom. Um,
Oh.
so, like, it wasn't holding anything. So, I sent it with my buddy who's my mechanic as well, and I was like, "Can you go over it? Let me know what I need to buy to fix it." And then, we have a big ride, not this weekend, but next weekend, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll get it fixed up for you." So, but that means I'm without my bike. So I
Yeah.
don't get to see my bike till next weekend. So that'll be 2 weeks by the time I see it that I haven't ridden. And I feel like I'm going crazy because typically I try and be on my bike almost every day. Even if I can't like go for a ride because it's dark outside when I get out of work, I'll still go and I'll do static balance or, something like we've got a big yard and like I try and do something.
Yeah.
Because my bike is like you said, like I want to keep improving, and I know that anytime I can get doing those little things, little drills, things like that are huge for me. So at my
Yeah.
level. So I totally get how you feel with that.
Yeah, and
um
like you say, like you've been like 2 weeks without your bike.
mhm,
It happens more often than I want that I go
mhm.
2 weeks without riding, just because
Yeah.
I'm a mom, and
Yep.
I'm working, and I have a like a small business of my own as
Mhm.
well on top of
Yeah.
everything. And then I just try to be more active, in the gym,
Mhm.
cycling, things like that, and allowing myself to just look forward to the next ride.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, you know.
I'm very lucky that I have running as well, but for the last 2 months, I've been working so much. I've been working 12 to 14-hour days, and there's just nothing left in the tank at the end of the day. It's just come
No.
home, try and make some food, and then take a nap to turn around and do it all over again. And
Yeah.
that's just the nature of my job right now, unfortunately. But I just made a deal with my job, so I'm gonna be able to get back to training starting this coming Monday. So, I'm really excited about that because I feel like I'll be able to progress once I get back to training both on and off the bike.
Yeah.
That it'll all just help me. So, um, the next race will hopefully go a little bit better.
It always does. Every race
Yeah.
is gonna just go a little bit better. But I can
Mhm.
relate to how you feel. Like
Mm.
having like damaged lungs,
Yeah.
the only thing that I have is to improve my technique,
Mhm.
more time on the bike, spend less
Yep.
effort into doing the same thing. It's going to be challenging either way, but
Yeah.
I need to make it more easy, because no matter how much I do physical training, fitness,
Mhm. Yeah.
there I just got results from, because the lung specialist,
Mhm.
he just wanted to do a status check,
Yeah.
and I have not improved or advanced now for 5 years. So
Mhm.
he's saying that this is as
This
good
is
as it's
it.
gonna get. This is
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like, oh, that beats me down, but I just thought, I don't even want to think like that. Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do more technique training, focus
Yep.
on other things, and then
Yeah.
I advance very slowly, probably compared to a lot of people. So I
Yeah.
can totally relate to
Yeah.
how you feel with being very short. And I
Yeah.
know that is an insane challenge for you, but
Yeah.
still, it doesn't mean that you're not improving. We're
Yeah.
always improving.
Yeah.
If you're there,
Yeah.
you're improving.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, my friends tell me keep showing up, and that's what I've been doing, especially since I met them last year in February. And I've shown up, and when they invite me places, I go, and it's out of my skill set, but I still keep going. And every time at the end, I'm like, "Oh my God, I almost died," but I'm like, "I had so much fun." And I learn. I learn out of every single time. Every single time we're on the side of a cliff and I'm freaking out, I'm learning something.
Yeah.
In the race, I'm learning something. So I always try and learn. But going back to your lung thing, um, I work in the medical field, and doctors will say a lot of things, but the body can do amazing things as well. Because if you look at Taylor Eve, she's a girl in Australia. I don't know if you know who she is. She had actually gotten a spinal cord injury last year, and they told her she was never going to walk again, that she'd never be on a bike again. And she was crushed. That's her whole life too. Um, she has, I think it's called Throttle Girls is her brand, and it's huge. Like, I knew about that when I first got into riding, and that's over here in the States, and she's from Australia. And
Oh,
she She has been working so hard and throwing herself into her physical therapy, and now she has leg braces, but she's able to stand up. She's gotten back to like working out, so she's working her upper body a lot more because she knows she's going to have to compensate for her lower body, but she's starting to have movement in those muscles that they told her she was never going to
That's
use again.
amazing.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I love that, but I've experienced a part of that because
mhm,
um, I'm trying to remember how to say it in English.
mhm.
It's a lung diffusion capacity.
Okay.
That is the my biggest problem
Yeah.
where the damage has been done apparently. So
Yeah.
when I got diagnosed with the lung disease, my
Mhm.
lung diffusion capacity was at 37%.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, like, this is most likely permanent. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna get better. And that was like 2 years after I got diagnosed.
Mhm.
Um, but since then, I just didn't take that as an answer. I'm like, fuck that shit. If I just
Yeah.
force myself, like, so far every time, like it's
Yeah.
gotta gotta be able to improve. And
Yeah.
so now I'm measuring at 50%.
That's great.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but that's where I've been stuck for five
Mhm.
years. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've been like training like insane. And so I'm beginning to realize that okay, he might be right. I might not advance any further. But
Yeah.
that just means that I have to focus on other things. Like I told you, I'm
Exactly. Yeah.
um yeah,
I think that's huge. I think learning how to compensate, like Taylor's learning how to compensate with her upper body to help her lower body. You're
yeah.
learning to compensate by not using as much effort. And I think that that's something that we as women have a hard time with as it is because we're so small. Our muscle mass is a lot different than the guys. I was just talking to someone about this the other day, how guys can do pivot turns, like, and it seems so easy. They look like they just go bloop and their bike moves. And like for
I know.
me to try and do a pivot turn, I literally have to throw my entire body forward and then do it. And like it looks absolutely ridiculous when I'm doing it, versus like my buddy, literally it doesn't even look like he moves his upper body. He just kind of like moves his arms a little bit and then it's up and over and moving. I'm like, I don't have that. Like I'm 135 pounds. Like my bike doesn't want to move unless I'm like fully throwing myself. So um I'll figure it out eventually. I just got the timing down with the body movement. But like I'm gonna have to figure something else out because there's no way I can do that on the trail. Like if I'm moving in third gear and I'm trying to like throw myself to be able to do a pivot, that's not gonna happen. Like, or even just to
My
get the front
dad,
up. Yeah.
is actually like, because I keep telling him, because my problem is that I'm so tall
Hmm.
that it's often been a challenge for me to gain weight. I
Yeah.
tend to become uh what people would say skinny. I'm not skinny. My muscles are just very long and lean,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
super hard for me to put on weight and
Yeah.
grow muscles. It's like,
Yeah.
and once I start riding, like when it's spring or summer time here in Iceland, and I start
Hmm.
riding a lot, I
Hmm.
I like burn so many calories because the muscles
Hmm.
are in fact so big. They're just
Yeah.
so long
Yeah.
that I just become like very slim. And
Yeah.
I keep telling my dad, like, he's like, I don't know, like 95 kilos or something like that. And
Hmm.
I'm closer to probably like 67 kilos and
Hmm.
186 centimeters. So
Yeah.
I'm just like a big long stick. And I keep telling him, like, the suspension on the bike, they doesn't work like that. So I can't do that. And I think it's so funny that he can always come back. He goes online and he looks at like 3,000 videos. He's like, it has nothing to do with your weight, Anita. You just need to get the technique. And I think it's
Yeah.
so funny that you're mentioning this now because
Yeah.
I just got the technique. Like I
Yeah.
got it. It clicked.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
fully got it. I like I need to get better control with the clutch and gas,
Yeah.
but to get the bike up, like
Uh-huh.
whew, I got it.
Yeah.
And so I think I know you're gonna get there. Like
Mhm.
even if you're short,
Oh, definitely.
it's just
Definitely.
when
It's
it
just
all clicks.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting
Yeah.
to that point. It's figuring out, okay, I know that I have to throw my body into the front of the bike to make it come up right now. But what's the
Yeah.
modification or what is it that I have to do to make this easier to do on the trail, to make it, like you were saying, less effort. And I'm
Less
just
effort.
figuring out, yeah, I think once you figure it out, once you do it multiple reps and you get it right and you get that timing like you said,
Yes.
then everything else will click for that. But I just figured that out. Um, like 3 weeks ago, I was on a ride and there was a guy who came from another group and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come out and ride a little bit more." And I was like, "Well, we're going out with some pro riders." So I was like, "You can go ride with them or I'm going to go session like the start line of what I think the start's going to be for the race." And he's like, "I'll come with you." And I was like, "I am not good. It's going to be a very frustrating process for you." And so, because he had been riding with my friend, so I was like, "You've gotta be a good rider if you kept up with that group." So I kinda
Yeah.
had, like, a gauge of, like, where he probably was, and then sure enough, he, like, goes flying up it, and I was like, "Mhm, yep, this is not gonna be a fun time for you." Um, but he, like, watched me go up, and he's like, mind you, I met this guy 5 minutes before we got to this spot, and he was like, "Can I give you some advice?" And I was like, "Please, please, I would love to learn, like, how to do this better."
Yeah.
And so he sat there with me, and he was talking about lines with me, and, I got up to this one point, and he's like, "Okay." He goes, "Now do a pivot turn." And I just laughed, and I was like, "Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet." And he's like, "Okay, so we'll do pivot turns right now." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You realize we're gonna live here?" And he's like, "No, yeah." He's like, "You're gonna move your bike," and he goes, "And that's how you're gonna get up here." And I was like, "Or I could just move it and we can get through the section." He's like, "No." He goes, "You're gonna do pivot turns." And I was like, "We're literally
Yes.
gonna be here forever." So it was probably about an hour total that we were out there, and he was
Yeah.
just, "All right, more clutch, more gas, more this, more that, move your weight forward more." And then all of a sudden I got it. And I moved my front tire like a good probably half a foot. And
Yeah.
like I was so excited. It's this much, but I
I'm about to
moved
say
it.
that's where you
And
start.
yeah, I was so excited and I was just like so happy. And Kavai was just like so happy for me. And then we got to the spot where I was like kind of nervous because I thought I was going to fall over, but he stood right there. And again, I just met this guy. I didn't really know anything about him other than that he's friends with somebody that I know. And I was like,
I love
okay, well, if
that.
Cody vouches for him, like I'm good with him. It was like an immediate
Yeah.
trust. Um, but that doesn't mean that it goes the other way, you know what I mean? Like, that guy had to really have a lot of patience to sit there, and, like, he's been so supportive since I met him, so that's been really, really cool. Um,
I love that.
but yeah, I that whole timing thing, it was I've never had well, I had somebody sit there and try and teach me timing, but that was when I was brand new on the bike, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I can't even stand on this thing yet, like, I don't know what I'm doing." So, that was too early to try and teach me that.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
is the point where I can understand that stuff. So, having somebody sit there and do that with me now is a huge difference, and when I was out on the track for the actual race, I was, like, hearing his voice in my head, and I was just like, "Oh, pivot turn, I did it. Oh my god," I was so excited. So I think that that's really cool, but again, goes back to the community. The community is
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal, and I absolutely I love everything about this sport. Like, it's so fun.
Me too. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean. And it's those small things, those
Mhm.
tiny advances that you make.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you feel like somebody just like sparked a fire inside of you. And you're like, oh, fuck,
Yes.
I did that. Finally, I did that. And you get so
Yep.
happy and you get so excited. Like, oh, I can't wait until I get to try that like fully on the track. Because sometimes
Mhm.
when somebody like is showing you things like that, or you're
Mhm.
um on a like a seminar with somebody, you're not on the
Yeah.
track, and then you manage to learn something new, and you're like, oh shit, I can't wait to try if I can see like do that on the track as well.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so yeah, I just love it.
Yeah. I it's this and this is what we're talking about like when we're talking to the ladies about like just go and do it. 'Cause this feeling, like I can't explain it. And I always tell people, I'm like, I was very depressed before I got really into riding. I had ridden some, but I hadn't ridden a lot, and I went through a divorce. Um, I was at a point where I didn't wanna live anymore, and that's where I was, like, completely honestly.
Yeah.
And to go from that to getting this bike and really throwing myself into like learning and growing and being a real human being on my own for the first time, not being what everybody else wanted me to be, but being what I wanted me to be. Um, that mixed with the dirt bike gave me so much happiness. And I've never had confidence in my entire life, and now I have stupid amounts of confidence. Like when I'm on the bike, I'm like, I don't care. You could say whatever you want to me. I really don't care. Like unless my
Yeah.
safety is like actually in jeopardy, I don't whatever. Like whatever. Um but I call
But I
my bike
love that.
happy like, because that
Yeah.
I am so happy on it. Like, that is why I want more women to do this because I feel like that translates to so many women that I meet.
Yeah. And I think like it's perfect the way you're describing it. It's like it gives you not only just confidence, it
Yeah.
gives you that um feeling of being like independent. Like
Yes.
I can do things on a bike
Mhm.
that I thought I would never be able to do.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like so I wanted to build a sun deck in my
Uh-huh.
house. I'm thinking like I could learn how to ride a bike. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't I be able to learn how to build a sun deck on my own?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It
That's what I'm
it
saying, that
translates
confidence,
to
like
a lot of yes,
mhm.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
translates to other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I want more people or more women to experience this.
Yes.
Like, stop thinking about what other people think of you. Like,
Mhm.
I can be like my personality can be a bit of a clown, if you will,
Yeah.
like a goofy.
Yeah.
But it's so much freedom to just
Mhm.
well then fine, I'm just gonna be a goofy. It's just who I am. I can
Yeah.
be a naive goofy, and I
Yeah.
love it. That's who I am, and that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to be able to experience the freedom that comes
Mhm.
with believing in yourself, getting
Yes.
that extra confident, and just stop caring what other people feel about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's so important. And that's
I
what I want
love
my
that.
daughter to experience. Like I want
Yeah.
it for every woman out there. Just
Yeah.
feel perfect in your own skin with
Mhm.
being like who you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to dress the way anyone else wants you to dress.
Yep.
You don't have to get a guy to put up curtains because you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
You can create a hole in the wall to begin with, but you can fix that and try again, if you know what I mean. Like I've done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Like this journey for me was parallel to, finding myself as a person. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have all of that. I got married young and, I was with him for 10 and a half years. So it was a long time. And my
Yeah,
identity was being a wife. My identity was being this person. But
yeah,
that wasn't like I wanted other things in my life. I wanted growth and I wanted to to do better and he didn't want that, so it didn't work. But I I kind of try to look at everything that I've been through and try and see it from the lens of somebody like you have somebody, you have a partner. And that's a very different lens than what I have, but it's still cool because you still talk about the confidence the same way that I do. you still see that it gives you that independence the same way that it does for me. So it's not just that part of my story that filters over, because I have had women who are like, well, yeah, but I'm married, and like I don't necessarily have that part. But even as a married woman, I believe that you should still be able to get out and go do something by yourself. I think that that's so
Yeah.
empowering. And one, it gives you an independence, but two, I feel like it helps you grow and makes you a better partner. Like, if you can do something on your own and come
Yes.
back, it just makes, I don't know if it's a happiness, I don't know if it's a confidence, something in there. But yeah,
Both.
I don't see a downside to it, is what I'm saying.
No, no, me neither. I completely agree with what you're saying. Like,
Mhm.
it's gonna make you a better partner because it's gonna make you more happy, more
Yeah.
confident, and just more free in being you. We don't all
Mhm.
have to be the same way. We don't all have
Yeah.
to look the same way. But as long as you're happy with being you, you're always gonna be a better parent, a better
Yeah.
partner, a better friend. You're gonna be
Mhm.
so much happier in life in
Yeah.
general. And then I think it also, like, it inspires us to do, like, stop doing things that you don't love. Spend your
Mhm.
time doing the things that you do love, and just
Yes.
stop doing the things that aren't important to you or don't give you happiness.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is everything that I can take from hard enduro. That
Yeah.
it's what it has given me.
Yeah. I love that. And touching on what you said, like, as a parent, I've seen so many moms. Have been around women who have kids since I was young. Um, you lose yourself a lot of times in motherhood, and your mom, and you want to do everything for your kids, and you want to give your kids the
Yeah.
best experience, and that's amazing. That is what you should want to do, but you also still need to be you, and you need
Yes.
to not lose that. And I feel like the moms, like you said, the moms who do have something for themselves, whether it's riding or whatever it may be, they tend to be happier, and their kids see mom taking care of herself. They see that it's okay to be a little bit selfish, but and then still turn around and have that selflessness that a mother has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that it just provides more balance, and just, I don't know, like I said, I just think it's the best thing for everybody. Everybody needs to ride a dirt bike.
No, for sure. And, like, I know that people that don't, they
Mhm.
don't get it. They think we're absolutely insane. Like,
Yeah.
because I work with a lot of men,
Mhm.
and they keep asking me, like, so when are you gonna give this up? When are you gonna stop playing with dirt bikes? I'm
Playing
not
with
playing with
dirt.
dirt bikes. This
No.
is my life. I
Mhm.
come to work so that I can continue living on dirt bikes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what my work says too. They're like, you have to work. I'm like, I work a lot to be able to do what I do. And I had somebody say to
Yeah.
me recently, like, oh, it must be really nice to be able to ride all the time. And I was like, I work a full-time job. I work over a full-time job. I have a second job that I help out at a ranch. I do the podcast. I work media for two different parts of well, a series and then a standalone race. I'm like, and then on top of that, I'm doing like all this other work because I work with veterans health, like mental health, and I do a lot.
Yeah.
So dirt biking is my focus. It's what keeps me
Yeah.
sane, riding or running too, but like, yeah, I love it. So I work really freaking hard. So I I don't feel like that's, I don't know, I got a little triggered when he said that. He was just like, "Oh, it must be nice." And I'm like, "Dude, I work my butt off to be able to do this." Like,
Same.
it's not
Same.
handed to me at all. So but I guess the perception from Instagram was that I was, like, riding, I mean, I ride a lot. I can get out for 20, 30 minutes almost every day during the typical part of the year. Um, that's great. And a lot of people can't do that. Like you were saying, it's been a couple weeks for you, and Iceland is very cold. I would not want to go outside. When it's relatively cold here, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to go out today. I mean, I do anyway, but it's like it's
Yeah.
it's it's hard to push yourself when it's cold, but you're still doing it, and that passion still comes through, and I think that that's really cool. So, on that note, I wanted to ask you, so you said your daughter's getting into it. So when your daughter first got into dirt biking, what is the best advice that you gave her, and how like something that you could translate to other people if somebody is brand new on a dirt bike?
Oh, that's a big question. She was 2.5 when she
Yeah.
started riding bikes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much about like giving her advice at that time. It was about
Mhm.
letting her decide.
Yeah.
Do you want to come and ride the bike? If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to ride the
Yeah.
bike. It's only if you
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
And so for many years, she came occasionally. She
Mhm.
wasn't getting she didn't have that passion that I have. And I thought
Mhm.
that's okay. You can try whatever sport you want. You can grow and be like you.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie, I'm stoked that this is apparently becoming her passion. She's very motivated about it.
Yeah.
She wants to, and she's been very unlucky. She broke
Uh-huh.
her ankle really badly like 2 years ago, so she
Aw.
missed out on the motor. It was supposed to be her first like participation in the Icelandic championship in
Yeah.
motocross.
Yeah.
She did the first race and then she broke her ankle and she had to wear a cast the full summer. And
Mhm.
la- last year she had been so excited waiting and she went on a snowmobile with her dad,
Uh-huh.
and she broke her back in 4 places, and she broke her, what's that bone again, like,
Like a scapula?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
split.
Yeah.
So she
Clavicle.
got like pretty clavicle, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it completely broke, and her back is broken in 4 places, so
Uh-huh.
obviously her season was out
Yeah.
again. But she's recovered really well. She was
Mhm.
really lucky because there was no spinal injury. They were a
Yeah.
bit concerned about that
Mhm.
initially, but it turned out really well. And she's been like back on the bike. She was even back on the bike, I think, at the end of July. This happened in May.
Wow.
So
That's fast.
yeah, yeah. And she's like 2 weeks after the accident, she's like, "When can I go back on the bike?" And I'm like, "You cannot, you cannot use your hand, like your arm.
Yeah.
You can't use
Yeah.
it. So you're not going to go back on the bike until you can." So now we just try and encourage her to keep showing up, be
Mhm.
patient. It can be
Yeah.
frustrating, um, but if you continue coming, spending time on the bike, you're gonna improve.
Yeah.
And now, if I ask her, "Do you want to go?"
Yeah.
It's a yes every time, which makes me like so happy.
That's good. I
But
love that.
my son is kind of the same way.
Uh-huh.
He loves having like a motorcycle, loves
Yeah.
telling his friends about it and things like that. But his heart is so
Mhm.
tiny and he's so scared.
Yeah.
So I don't I try not to push him, and I just let him know like it's available for you if you want
Yeah.
to, but you don't have to.
I love that
So
though.
no,
The support is amazing.
yeah. Well, I think that's important that people also get to choose. If they don't like motorcycles,
Yeah.
they can find something different.
Exactly, exactly. And I've throughout my time being around bikes, I've helped a lot of women who want to get into riding, and they don't always necessarily wanting to get into hard enduro. They just maybe want to ride trails or fire roads or even do track. But I don't go to tracks with them because my bike's not set up for it. But
Yeah.
I've been able to connect a lot of women so that way they can have women at the track when they meet, they can go and meet. And like I really like doing that, making sure that people have support. Um, but not everybody likes to do the things that you like to do. And I think that's really important as a parent to see that and give them that choice. But like you said, your daughter is now turning to be like, oh yeah, I really want to do that. And I think that's so cool
Hmm.
because then it's now your daughter, you, and your mom.
Yeah, and I've been trying to like motivate her a little bit more by telling her like if she keeps riding like this and
Hmm.
coming with us and doing technical training and stuff, I'm
Hmm.
gonna do sea to sky with
Yeah,
her. Like I
that would be
like
so
me and my
cool.
mom, we
Yeah.
rode together for my first race, and I'm like thinking maybe as soon as next year,
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna let her do it, depending on if
Oh,
she follows
that'd be
through.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And she doesn't get hurt anymore.
yeah, of course.
That's really cool though. Like that's that's an absolutely amazing thing to just even to talk about it like that. Like that's hugely motivating.
Yeah,
This is so cool. I love that for you and your family. Um,
yeah.
if you were gonna give somebody advice on that's brand new to hard enduro, what would be your best advice for them?
Start every ride with just a tiny bit of technical training, just as a warm
Okay.
up. Even if
Yeah.
you're gonna go on something like easy um, course or something, start
Hmm.
every ride just with a
Hmm.
little bit of clutch training, like tiny wheelies, tiny
Yeah.
pivots, and
Yeah.
then do your riding. That would be
Yeah.
my advice. I think
Yeah.
that's like most beneficial for everybody is to like improve clutch control and yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. I like that.
because you're not. It's like I don't think that and even though someone brand new, they're
Mhm.
not gonna understand why you emphasize it so
Yeah.
much. But in 3 months, they're gonna know exactly why you said that.
Yeah. I used to do that all the time. I used to, before I would go on a trail ride, I would spend like 10, 15 minutes just trying to do turns and some clutch practice and just to like, I mean, I was so new at the time. So I was like trying to just get it in my head, like, okay, this is how we do this. Like I was still building that muscle
Yeah,
memory. So I think that
yeah,
that's a really important thing, um,
yeah.
especially if you're going out for
Another,
hard enduro.
yeah, and another thing, like with hard enduro, it's like
Mhm.
for anyone coming in new, you're
Mhm.
gonna want to advance slowly in the beginning
Mhm.
because before you have that perfect clutch control,
Mhm.
full control of the gas, everything, that's how you're gonna get stupid hurt. And
Mhm.
it's just too much fun to do that. Like just try and advance slowly and
Mhm.
don't be um don't be afraid to ask people for help. Like how do I do that?
Mhm.
How do you do that? Like can you show me?
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Mhm.
I don't think I know any writer that would say no, I won't help you. I think
Exactly.
everybody would.
I exactly. I think that that again
Yeah.
goes back to we keep talking about how great the community is. And I've been riding with pro riders since I started riding essentially, at least on this bike. And Um, I don't keep up with them. I am definitely on a different level, but
Yeah.
I've been out riding with some amazing riders that have taught me a lot and they just take the time. They nothing said that any of these writers ever had to come out with me. Nobody had to. This was before the podcast. This was before I was,
Yeah.
known in the hard enduro world at all. And people still came out with me. People still came and rode with me. And um you can just go talk to somebody and it doesn't matter if you're completely different levels. So, I really like that.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah. No, and it's totally true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, in our last few minutes here, are there any shout outs or thank yous that you have?
Uh, to my mom and dad
Yeah.
for have helped me create the life that I love, and
Mhm.
just to spend this time as a family. And I might want to do a shout out for Liquimoli,
Oh,
because,
yeah.
like I said, sponsorship in Iceland is not really a thing, but I
Yeah.
have been incredibly lucky with a company called Stilling and
Uh-huh.
Liquimoli.
Yeah.
They have supported me for um 2 or 3 years now, and they're gonna continue their support in me participating in the world championship. I'm very
Oh, that's
grateful for that.
awesome. Yay, that's
Yeah,
so exciting. I love that.
yeah.
Actually, so I do have one more question. I always ask this, but because you're international, I didn't even clock it. So, I always ask if you could go all expenses paid anywhere in the world to ride or race, where would you pick?
Oh man. um like, I've done a lot of big adventures that
Mhm.
like going to South Africa, doing the
Yeah.
roof.
Yeah.
That was a dream come true. Like, I really wanted that, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but I would probably say I would be coming to the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Y- you have the climate
Mhm.
that I would really like, because you can
Mhm.
kind of drive. Like, I live in an island. If I
Yeah.
want to go anywhere, I need to fly away from here. You can't drive anywhere from Iceland.
Yeah.
Um, and I think there's just a million cool places to explore in the
Mhm.
States. And you have a lot
Yeah.
of races as
Yeah.
well. So you can participate in a lot of things, and you have way more female than a lot of any other countries.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like I say, I ride with my mom and my dad and my
Yeah.
daughter. But I wish there was like a girlfriend that would ride with me here in Iceland, but there just aren't any.
Yeah.
There's no other girl doing hard enduro in Iceland. Um, Not that I do love riding with my mom and dad. Like, they're my
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But still,
I
that
just love.
camaraderie.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's
So that's my
cool.
final
Well,
answer. The States. Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, when we win the lottery, we'll make sure that we get you over here for a nice tour of the US.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, thank you again so much. I know it's really late for you, so I'm going to let you go. But I am so excited. I can't wait to see you this year. It's going to be so cool to watch you do Silver Kings.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And, like, thanks for having me on the
Of course.
podcast.
Of
It's nice to see
course.
you again, and
Yeah.
I really hope you're gonna be there, like,
Yep.
Idaho.
I'll do everything to make it happen. Yeah.
Love that.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Mhm.